Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this Delhi One Toastmasters meeting 259, club number 489 2008, District 41, Division E, Area E2. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me share the online meeting statement. By attending this remote area, division, or district speech contest or event, you agree to the privacy policy of Toastmaster International as well as the unassociated remote hosting service. Some of your personal information such as name, image, or any shared messages by Toastmaster International who may use the recording in the future as it sees fit. Your remote attendance hereby discharges Toastmasters International from all claims, demands, rights, promises, damages, and liabilities arising out of or in connection with the use or distribution of said video recordings, including but not limited to any claim for invasion of privacy, appropriation, likeness, or defamation. Let me share rules of our meeting. Mute yourselves by clicking on the audio button when the speaker or any other role player is speaking. Unmute only when it's your turn to speak. This will help to avoid distractions. There is a raise hand option at the screen below participants, which one can use if he or she wants to participate in table topics or listener or fun segment of the meeting. Please ask only TechMaster if you are audible or not. And let me introduce the president of our Delhi One Toastmaster, Toastmaster Anand Kumar.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Karthik Mishra. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Delhi One Toastmasters. I hope that you are having a great time, although this is a pandemic situation, but I still hope that you are staying safe in your own premises and doing well. Uh, uh, just before I begin, I can see one name that someone has logged in from Delhi One Toastmasters account, so if they could rename themselves as what who they are. In the meantime, I would like to uh, like I can see that Yogesh is here after a really very long time, uh, and today Avishi has also joined in as a member formally, and we have also got Ankita who is joining in today. Toastmaster Arun is also over here. So good to see you all back, and I'd not like to not take much of your time, but just Avishi, because this is your first meeting, if you could just say something on your part, and then we will move forward.
Yeah, hi. I'm very excited for today as I will be playing the role of listener also. And I joined Toastmaster because I want to improve my public speaking and build leadership skills. So I'm very excited for today. And I'm in NSIT and in fourth year of my college. And I'm looking forward to this session.
That's great, Avishi, and hope that you have a wonderful journey ahead with the Living Toastmasters.
Thank you.
And to take this meeting forward, we have got someone special, that is Toastmaster Akshay Arora. I still remember the last time when he took up the role of Toastmaster of the day. His theme was really very intriguing, music, and the manner in which he just conducted the whole meeting was totally out of the box. So before I hand over the stage, I would just like to state one simple story of my own. People say that actually, when you are sleeping, that's not the dream which you see, and the dream which you see while you are wake up, actually when you are in the daytime, that's what actually is the real dream what one has. But I just would like to go astray from this very notion and add something, that when you are sleeping, it's just not the dream that you see, but sometimes it gives you the vigor and power and enthusiasm to do a whole lot of things which you probably would not have even thought of when you are awake. So what once happened was that when I was uh, maybe somewhere around 6 to 7, I was sleeping uh, uh, just beside my father, because uh, that time renovations or something were going on. So we were on the same bed, and while sleeping, what happened was that I have got this really very bad idea in my. I had this very bad idea that I used to throw my hands all over around, and somewhere in the middle, I just did a bang, and my father was right beside me. He woke up, saw me that I was sleeping, and that bang was nothing but in the midnight I woke up and given it really very tight slap to my father, and then went back again to sleep. And what happened next was that he woke up. He gave me also really very tight slap, and after that, as normal, because I was sleeping, I continued with my own sleep. So that's something which was I didn't expected, never did I thought of, but sometimes those vigor and humor and all those kind of things starts taking shape when you are sleeping. So try to keep yourself restricted while you are sleeping and don't try to be too adventurous with that. Handing over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Akshay Arora. It's all over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand. It is a pleasure having being a part of Delhi One Toastmasters Sunday meeting. Just please confirm if I'm audible and visible, right?
Uh, you are visible,
I must
audible.
be there. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Once upon a time, there was a perfect kingdom far, far away. In that kingdom, a king and a queen had a beautiful baby after a long wait. On her first birthday party, they invited everyone from the kingdom except for an evil fairy. Feeling insulted, she cursed her that the princess on her 16th birthday would go into eternal sleep unless a charming prince comes and kisses her. It was only after 100 years that a prince arrived, found her, and kissed her to brought her back to life. That princess came to be known as Sleeping Beauty. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Sleep, since ages, has been a mysterious phenomenon. We know so much about why it happens, why it's needed, but not really what happens in it. It comes in silence. It goes away in silence. Nobody has ever seen it. It's more fluid than water, sweeter than sugar, but at best, you can only feel it. However, in order to wrap my head around what sleep, what it does to us, and all those questions, I read about it and understood the following things. Sleep has three distinct aspects to it. The first question that we must answer is what leads us to sleep? The second question that we must answer is what happens during the sleep? And the third question, my friends, is what does the sleep tells about us? And quite surprisingly, these are very much related to how Toastmasters need is also structured. So let me explain how. The first question, what leads us to sleep? This aspect is pretty simple and straightforward. If we physically and mentally exert ourselves, we sleep better and vice versa. And that's why you see that a lot of students do not have any problem sleeping. Therefore, what you need to do is learn or work out. In this way, this aspect of the sleep is quite well planned. You learn or you do some physical workout and you will be able to sleep pretty well. Quite similar to how a prepared speech section is planned also. In this section, speakers prepare speeches. They know the outcome pretty well in advance. What was that predictable goal? The second aspect of sleep is what happens during sleep. Here is where the mystery comes in. During sleep, what happens always, why we dream what we dream, and so on. There are numerous questions we don't have an answer for, scientists don't have an answer for. Therefore, while on the face of it, it seems that it's totally unplanned, it's totally inexplicable. There's a pattern to it. What we do, what we think, what we speak during the day, week, or sometimes months also, slowly and steadily shapes up what we dream. And that's why we'll see that kids dream about fairy tales, they dream about universe, they dream about big cars, as opposed to adults. Pretty boring. They dream about better jobs, even better life partners sometimes, and so on. In that way, it is somewhat controllable, not completely, but somewhat controllable. Isn't it quite similar to the table topic segment of our Toastmasters meeting? Speakers try to control their seemingly uncontrollable outcomes, their nerves. Third section, what does the sleep tells about our health? This aspect is an interesting one. A lot of people snore while sleeping. Some talk while sleeping, and I am the one who kicks while sleeping. All of these things are, in a way, feedbacks our body is giving about the problems that are deeply inherited in us and that needs a solution. Snoring, for example, indicates breathing issues, that your lungs are not properly getting the oxygen it should be getting. Kicking indicates that there's some sort of muscular twitches, some sort of muscular anxiety. Now, in that sense, it tells that the feedback must be cared for and it must be acted upon. Isn't it quite similar to the evaluation section of our meetings, in which we focus on the feedbacks by our evaluators to come and overcome a challenge, right? Now, however, in our daily sleep journey, we are not the sole warriors. We have several other people who help us getting a good night's sleep. At my home, I have my grandmother who makes sure that I sleep on time and wake up on time. Similarly, in Toastmasters meeting also, we have Toastmaster Karthik Mishra playing the role of grandmother of the day. That is the timer of the day. Let's welcome Toastmaster Karthik on the stage to explain the role of timer in the Toastmasters meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Akshay. I'm the timer of this meeting. My role is to remind, record, and report the time used by each speaker when they are delivering speeches, and I will submit my report at the end of the meeting. Over to TMOD.
Thank you, my grandmother and this meeting's grandmother, Karthik Mishra. Now, my dad makes sure that my AC is switched on and set at the right temperature so that I have a very comfortable and uninterrupted speech. There's no glitches in this speech. Quite similar, in Toastmasters, we have Toastmaster Arun, who is playing the role of daddy of today's meeting. That is the role of AHA counter. let me welcome Toastmaster Arun Gupta to explain the role of our counter.
Good morning to all of you. My role is in today's meeting is our counter, and I will note during the whole meeting in 3 to 4 fold. First fold is that sometimes when when a speaks, then we use similar when use inappropriate conjunction like filler sound and filler words. Filler words like and well, sometimes this filler words and filler sound etc. So I will note in first for this, and second thing is that sometimes we use long and short pauses. So I will note down long and short pauses. And third thing is that sometimes the speaker uses the repetitions of words like I, you know. So I will note these things also. So during the speech, when a speaker will come, so attend your mind on these 3 to 4 fold, and I will submit my report when General Editor will call me. And thanks to all the speakers. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Daddy of today's meeting. As a child, my mom used to tell me stories before sleeping to ensure that only good words enter my ear before sleeping, the right words. In Toastmasters, we have Toastmaster Sanchit, who's playing the role of mommy of today's meeting. Let's welcome Toastmaster Sanchit to explain the role of language evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay. A very good morning, everyone present in the meeting. The Sunday just couldn't start better having a Toastmaster meeting just in the morning. And yeah, I'm the language evaluator for the day. So basically, I would be noting all the incorrect usage of grammar, sentences, words that you use in your speeches. Also, I would be noting all the correct and the creative words that you use in your speeches. Also, the word for the day is ineffable. Ineffable is a verb, and it means which is too great, a feeling which is too great or too good that can be expressed in words. Okay, and the example for this can be, the feeling of having the first slice of pizza after 4 months of lockdown is just ineffable. And yeah, so I would encourage everyone to use this word of the day, and I would present my report when the journal evaluator calls me on the stage. Back to you, Toastmaster Akshay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mommy. Next, we have listener's role. During my adolescence, I always used to have my Walkman player by my side before sleeping, which made sure that I'm able to listen to my solitary songs pretty well. Listening. In Toastmasters meeting, we have Toastmaster Avishi, who is playing the role of Walkman of the day. That is the listener's role. Let's welcome Toastmaster Avishi to explain us the role of the listener in today's meeting.
Am I audible and visible?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today, I will be playing the role of listener. In today's meeting, the role of listener is very important as it is Sunday morning and we all love sleeping on Sunday and waking up late. Also, the theme of the meeting is sleep. So there are high chances some of us might end up sleeping in the meeting. So to make sure this does not happen, I will pick up questions from the meeting, and towards the end, I will take a quiz to check your listening skills. So make sure you are active throughout and you don't sleep. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, my Walkman, for today's meeting. Let's start with our exploration journey. Let's answer the first question, that what leads us to sleep? And that we can do by entering and venturing into our prepared speech section. To begin with, we have the first speaker, Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar, who will be delivering his first speech for level 1, project 1. The title is Life is a Learning Curve. Now, to help Yogesh Kumar get a fair evaluation, we have Toastmaster Shreya Avasthi, who's playing the role of speech evaluator, When I asked Toastmaster Shreya Avasti as to what's her sleep hack, what she do in order to get a better and effective sleep, my pardon, she said, I sleep well before going to bed. I get rid of all the lights in my room. I prefer a dark place during my sleep and also before going to bed. I listen to calming music, which helps me relax and I fall asleep faster. With that, let me invite Toastmaster Shreya Avasti to read out the speech objectives for Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Am I audible?
Loud and clear.
Toastmaster Yogesh will be delivering his first speech, that is icebreaker speech, from the Pathway Innovative Planning. The purpose of the speech is for the member to introduce himself to the club and to understand the basic structure of the speech. I wish very best of luck to the speaker in his venture. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya. Now, for all the new members and the guests, let me just call out a very fundamental rule, which we have the first speaker, or rather the speaker who is giving his first speech in the Toastmasters. So as a gesture of showing respect and honor to the speaker to be able to come up and have delivered a first speech in the club, we all stand up after the speech of the first speaker. With that, let me welcome Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar on stage with the speech title, Life is a Wavy Curve. Life is a wavy curve. Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar.
Thanks, Akshay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Am I visible?
Unfortunately not. Now
Okay.
you are, yes.
Am I visible now? Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
Thanks, Toastmaster Akshay. Today's topic is life is a wavy curve. Wavy curve is a method of interval used for solving inequalities of the function. And here function denotes the life. Some of you might be wondering what is wavy curve. So let me give a gist of what is a wavy curve. Wavy curves flow in this wave, like an analog wave. And similarly, the life flows in this similar fashion, a positive and the negative, and then the positive and the negative. And what is common in that? Every phase, a positive and the negative, having a different experience and the learning. So today I'll try to relate my life experience with the wavy curve. And before I proceed further, I'll take this opportunity to introduce myself. As a person, I am a good human being, and by profession, I am a SAP consultant working with SAP Labs, Gurgaon location. And as far as about my education, I am postgraduate in management from IMT University and BTech in computer science from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. It is almost 10 years since I passed my college, and still remember when my journey started from school to college and then to the professional life. So I'll start from my schooling. I had my schooling from state government school, and you all know the situation of the state government school, right? I'm talking about 90s and the 2000 in 2006 I cleared my 12th, and I was fortunate enough that I had a good mentors, teachers till my class 10th, and who paved off the way for successful future, and those helped me to shape my career. Till class 10 I was clear that what I'm going to pursue, and as soon as I landed up in class 11th and 12th, uh, out of 5 subjects there were 4 teachers who were missing, and those were the major subject teachers like maths, chemistry, physics, and computer science. And those days were like a very negative time, because class of 20 students, we were most bothered about that how we are going to get a good score in 12th, and how we get admission to the college, good colleges. But that negative phase, something brought a positive in our life, and we decided that on a rotation basis we'll try to teach topic to each other, and that's something brought something new in my life as a teaching skills, and that helped me to in my professional career, as well as a training coordinator in my college. And I did not realize for a longer time that how this skill developed in me. And after connecting dots after a long time, I found like that was the source when the teaching skills started. So instead of looking on the negative phase, or I'd say the disaster, we can find opportunity every time in that phase. And then later on, I took admission and Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, and that my journey started. And at the first year, again, there was a downside in my life. Coming from the government school, I had a very less confidence. I don't know how to speak language, particularly English, and I was not socialized, and I was not fancy enough, smart enough. Those were the things that was roaming around my mind. And throughout the year, that was a negative negative phase in my life. And after the year, when a scorecard came, I was really surprised that how come I be such foolish person. And then I decided I have to break that mindset, that nuisance that I have. And then rest of the 3 years I worked on myself. And that's the reason that when the company started coming into my college for campus placement, instead of a poor score in 12th, I was selected by them. They were compelled to select me because of the learning attitude, go-to attitude, instead of poor marks and 12th standard. And then my professional journey started. In that, I was lucky enough that I landed up in a good organization, and those were the leaders who helped me to shape my career again. And I was like working like anything, eating like anything, and we were partying like anything on the weekends. Uh, and that continued for a longer period of time. So just going through such schedule for a longer period of time, my health issues started happening, and then somehow I realized that I must focus on my health, and I recovered from that. Then the journey still continued like that, and later on, uh, I forgot to completely focus on my family as well. And then one day, my father health started deteriorating, and then I looked forward for my health, my father's health. And then I decided that I did not spend a quality time with him. And then I started planning vacation with him. Similarly, I mean, the phase from health issues to my father's health issues, I mean, focusing on the family's life, was missing. And then I concluded that whatever busy schedule we have in our life, right, we must focus on our health first, then family first, after this, and then job, and then give a priority rest of the things. So just closing this speech, I would tell everyone that we must give the priority to first health, then family, then to your job, and then the rest of the things. And these were the experience that I tried to relate with wavy curve. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogesh, for an insightful speech into your life through a mathematical and physics concept. I request everybody to please switch on their videos and give a standing ovation to the first speaker, Toastmaster Yogesh.
Thank you everyone. Thank
And for
you.
those who could not, I am assuming that you've already done that at your end. And it will be a good idea for all of us to keep our videos switched on. It just makes us a little more into the meeting. So if you don't mind keeping your videos on, that would be a great thing. All right. I request everybody to please take 30 seconds to give feedback to the first speaker, Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar. You can chat, you can type in your feedback separately on WhatsApp to Yogesh or in the chat box.
Thirty seconds up.
All right, thank you. Timer. Up next, we have somebody who is quite inspirational in himself. Somebody who has shared a lot of words of wisdom with all of the Toastmasters in Delhi One Toastmasters. We have Toastmaster Ankit Ravindra Jain, who is delivering his speech from Level 1, Project 2 of Presentation Mastery. The title is Selling is Serving. Let me first invite his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Ankur Shrimali, to read out the speech objectives. But before that, when I asked Toastmaster Ankur Shrimali as to what his sleep hack is, he said, if I read a book before going to sleep, chances are that I will have a sound sleep within minutes. With that, let me invite Toastmaster Ankur Shrimali to read out the speech objectives of second speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Uh, Toastmaster Ankit would be delivering his speech from Level 1, Project 2 Evaluation and Feedback from the Pathway Presentation Mastery. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. This is going to be Ankit's second speech. The purpose of this speech is to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his first speech. The feedback which Ankit received was primarily on his voice modulation. So I wish all the best for the speaker and for the timer to note that the speech is of 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankur, for reading out the speech objectives so succinctly. Let's have Toastmaster Ankit Ankit Ravindra Jain, with his gravitas full name. When I asked speaker Toastmaster Ankit Ravindra Jain as to what his sleep hack is, he said, I don't have any sleep hack as I'm a sleep freak. I can sleep for any number of hours and that too very effectively. I think I can become a deep sleep coach. With that information in mind, let's have the man with a gravitas in his name, Toastmaster Ankit Ravindra Jain. Selling is serving. Selling is serving. Toastmaster Ankit Ravindra Jain. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay Arora, for such a beautiful meeting, for conducting such a beautiful meeting. Sales is not about selling anymore, but about building trust and educating. Beautifully said by Siva Devaki. A great morning to all the greatest salesmen or women from Toastmasters, from a wannabe #1 salesman on this planet. Please do not get offended as I called you a salesman or a woman. I know that people look down to those who are having sales as their profession. Hence, in the next 5 minutes, I will explain my stand and will try to make my point true. So, my quick question for everybody here, for all the Toastmasters and guests, what do you think? Selling is good or bad? Just let me know by unmuting yourself quickly. It's good or bad?
It's good.
Good. Okay.
It is a lot value adding. I think it's good.
Value. When you are adding value, it's of course, it's good. True. So first of all, guys, I called myself a salesman. Yes, I am a salesman first. Now, as you all know, that I am a government servant by profession and a communication coach by passion. Then why I am calling myself a salesman? When I'm calling myself a salesman, I totally mean it. I totally mean it. Because I think that selling is beautiful. Selling is in the air. Selling is everywhere. Selling is simply ineffable. As when I cleared government services examination, I sold my skills to the interviewer. In the interview, I sold my skills. Hence, I was able to get entered into the government service examination. Yes. So, when I call myself a coach, I'm again selling my skills to my mentees. To my mentees, I'm selling my skills. When I'm wearing the hat of vice president membership of my club, the great club DOTM, again, I'm motivating people to join our club as a member. Hence, I'm selling again. Hence, I can say that I am a proud seller, a proud seller. Because whenever I talk to my prospective mentees for my coaching business, or when I talk to the guests of my club, DOTM club, to become member, I know that by doing this, I am actually helping them. I'm helping them to become a better version of themselves. And hence, I am serving them. As beautifully said by Toastmaster Akshay, that I am adding value to their life. I know that it will be the best decision of their life if they join Relevant Toastmaster as a Toastmaster. Hence, I am pitching them again and again. Very proudly, I pitch them. I sell them the membership. I inspire them that yes, you should become a member as soon as possible. And I am a proud seller. I want to explain this with the help of few examples to give you a broader perspective of my viewpoint. We can take an example of a boy proposing a girl. What he is doing, he is basically selling his skills. He's telling her that I will love you my entire life. Yes, no matter what, I will love you. Please marry me. If the girl agrees, he is selling his skills. Hence, it is again selling. You and I sell our skills in an interview in front of an interviewer. Again, we all are selling our skills. Next example, a kid insisting to his parents, they are standing in an ice cream parlor. A kid is insisting for ice cream and the parents are denying him because of his sore throat. Now, after again and again insisting, at the end of the day, parents agreed to buy him an ice cream. What actually happened? When ice cream is there in his hand, he actually closed a deal. He closed the deal. Again, a sale happens. Hence, I say that selling is serving. Selling is serving. Now, please let me know if I am able to change a little bit of your thinking perspective. Now, do you think that you are a salesman? If yes, please give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, give me a thumbs down. Please give me a thumbs up. I don't mind giving me a thumbs down because there is no option in Zoom platform to give thumbs down. Great. Great. So I can suppose that yes, we all are salesmen and women. Hence, I say selling is serving. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster. Thank you.
That was something. You sold us your concept. I request all the Toastmasters to first turn on the videos and second, please give the feedback to the speaker. You have 30 seconds to do so.
I urge to all the Toastmasters and guests, please provide your valuable feedback. I badly need that.
Thirty seconds up.
Thank you, Karthik. Everyone would perhaps know that our sleep has multiple stages. The first stage of sleep is during the first few hours. That's the non-REM sleep, non-rapid eye movement sleep. That's a sort of a superficial level sleep in which our body is just getting ready for some real action in the REM sleep. The second and the deeper level of sleep is the REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep, which is the part of the sleep in which we see dreams. We perceive a lot of things because our mind at that point in time is just connecting the dots, putting together some diversified set of informations together. We know that. But to somebody who has not read this information, who is not attending this meeting, this information is sort of very mysterious to them. They don't understand how we dream, why we dream. Now, to bridge that gap between what we should know and what we don't know right now in a mysterious way, we have Toastmaster Santosh Devi, who will be playing the role of table topic masters in today's meeting. When I asked Toastmaster Santosh Devi, what is your sleep hack, Santosh? She said, regular exercise helps me keep my body clock effective. With that, let me welcome Toastmaster Santosh Devi on the stage to take us through the deep sleep.
Am I audible?
Yes, Santosh, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay Arora. Good morning, everyone. As we all know, our brain regulates our body functions only when our brain works properly. Adequate sleep is one factor that helps to keep our brain healthy. Without adequate sleep, we can't form or maintain the pathway in a brain that let us learn and create new memories. And it's hard to concentrate and respond quickly. And table topic session is demands for the quick response or impromptu response. Today, you can practice your impromptu skill by participating in this session, in which you will get a particular topic on which you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Timer will show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card at 2 minutes until you stop speaking. If someone will get less time than 1 minute and more time than 2 minutes 30 seconds, then he and she can disqualify. So please keep this rule in mind. With that, let's start the session. Any volunteer? Okay. Anyone? Okay. I would like to invite Toastmaster Anand Kumar.
Yeah, can you hear me, Toastmaster Santosh?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah.
Okay. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Anand Kumar, and your topic is Everybody is Genius. Everybody is Genius, Toastmaster Anand Kumar.
We have always been into a situation where we feel that, you know what, this is the kind of experience which I have had in my own life, and this is something which no other person on this very planet would have ever came close to such an experience. And just because of this very pre-assumption that we have, we believe that we are the most clever mind people in this world. But this is not the fact. I also, among many of the other people, was proved wrong on this very particular fact. Just every single time when I used to travel back and forth after the meeting in the Delhi metro. There were several occasions when I used to talk with other members. And one of the instances I remember that I was having a really very deep discussion about some family sort of situations which develop with other people and just on the normal scenario with Toastmaster Pooja Yadav. And I thought that, see, that I have got this much experience and probably this is not the experience that she might would have had. But just 2 days back on the Friday meeting, the manner in which she expressed her thoughts, saying, talking about those uh, instances where a boy was asking for a motorcycle from his father and demanding things and not understanding the family situation and so forth things. I came to know that people have had this experience in different manners, may not be exactly the same, but they have had experience on the very same issue. So we must not think that we are the only person in this world who is clever. There are many more people who have had the same experience and they too are of our level or at times even beyond that. Back to you, Toastmaster Santosh Dev.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand Kumar. Next, I would like to invite Ankita Bhatia.
Hi.
Hi, Ankita, are you there?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Our next speaker is Ankita Bhatia, and your topic is Be the Change, Be the Change, Ankita Bhatia.
Sure. So I come from a generation of the 90s kids where we've constantly heard a lot of philosophical and societal elements around be the change that you want to see. And at the same time, complementing it with the fact that our changes begin right at our first place of influence. So it could be my immediate circle, it could be my family, it could be my home, it could be my workplace, my academic place, anything for that matter. But certainly, awakening and self consciousness, self awareness is the place where the change begins. So, everybody has their own journeys, and everybody has a lot to share from their journeys. At times, we are just so siloed in the kind of lives that we are living without understanding the kind of impact that we can bring in the society on a larger front. So certainly that's something where we can start upon our immediate circle of influence. At times it may be very difficult to bring that change, but that change needs to start somewhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankita Bhatia. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar.
Hi, Santosh. Sorry. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Our third speaker is Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar, and your topic is According to you, why sleep is the best medicine? According to you, why sleep is the best medicine? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh. Yes, sleeping is the best pill we should have, right? So if we are not having a proper sleep, we might face several diseases like most of the people in this time going through a phase of stress, depression, and that is mainly due to the fact that they are not having a proper sleep. And it is not only due to they are not going on a bad. It is about they are not giving a relax to their mind. So they are having a lot of things roaming around their mind. I mean, there are a lot of distraction in this world, and because of these issues, they are not able to give relax to their mind, so to the sleep, and that's why I consider the sleep is the best medicine that we must have. I think that's it I have to speak. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Ankush Rimli.
Santosh, I would request if you can ask members who don't have any roles.
Okay. I think there is no one. Mm, Everyone have the role today.
Okay. You can give me the topic.
Okay. Our fourth speaker is Toastmaster Ankush Rimli, and your topic is when nothing goes right. When nothing goes right, Toastmaster Ankush Rimli.
So I feel that few days ago Bhavya had this theme for the meeting called Murphy's Law, and I can relate to the theme as this topic when nothing goes right. But I believe that sometimes things happen for a reason. So whenever things are not going in the right direction, maybe it is because you are in the wrong lane. So you might have to change the lane. You might have to change the direction of where you are going, and then things start moving in favor of you. And it takes efforts. It takes lot of patience, and it sometimes takes lot of courage and motivation within to start something after getting bogged down from certain situation. But it always helps to understand where we failed and what went wrong, so that next time when we begin our journey, it is always the right decision we take, and it is that time when we understand that we can encounter all these problems if we try to succeed. And I believe that there have been numerous examples in my life as well where things did not go right, and then I took a different turn, and things started moving ahead, and things started actually looking good for me. So from that example, I believe that others can also relate and see that how, if they are stuck at some place, how they can improve themselves and begin their journey by changing few things and learning from their experiences and moving forward. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankush Rimli. Timer, do we have more time?
Uh, we, according to agenda, we have more time, but your role time limit had exceeded. The table topic section time limit has increased,
Yeah.
though we can accommodate one more speaker if possible.
Hello,
Hello,
Karthik, your voice is not clear. Can you repeat?
we can include one more speaker. Am I audible?
Yes, Karthik, you are.
Okay.
Santosh, can you hear us?
Yeah, we can take one more.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Arun Gupta.
Yeah.
Okay. Your topic is every day is a good day. Every day is a good day. Toastmaster Arun Gupta.
In general way, when we get up daily, so we make a schedule that what I have to achieve in my life, and we make a schedule in 2 to 3 categories. That what a short time period, what a long time period, and what a middle time period. So, but we generally don't involve a new thinking and new ideas in our daily life schedule. So if we think that our daily life is a new thing, then we have to involve and we have to change something different. Means if you get something you got in your life in 20 years of age, in 30 years of age, then you have to every time, every day, change their scenario, change your ideas that what extra, what additional you have to require in your life for your satisfaction in the life. So I think because I think the sky is the limit. You can go anywhere and whatever you want, but the change is important here. Thank you. Over to Madam Postmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun Gupta. Now the time to vote for the best table topic speaker. I request to Tech Master please launch the ball. Hmm. Meanwhile, over to Toastmaster Akshay Arora.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh Devi. Also, it seems that talking about sleep and feeling a little dizzy in the morning, we had forgotten about the fact that we had to cast the ballots for the best speaker also. So if we can, I request the Tech Master to launch the ballot for the best speaker. Here we have. I hope everybody has casted their ballot for best speaker as well as best table topic speaker. With that, let's move on. I hope that you have heard the... Okay.
Yes, we can proceed.
All right, thank you. I hope you heard the feedback sound which we just had. So, in sleep also, we get a lot of feedbacks from our body. Snoring, kicking, muscular twitches, sleep talk, and adversely sleepwalk also sometimes. Now, these all are feedbacks and we must care for them. Now, after overcoming our anxiety of unknown through the table topic section, let's try to see how we can get rid of those irritating snores, sleep talks, and all those. To be able to do that, we have Toastmaster Roli Sinha, who will be the general evaluator for today's meeting. When I asked Toastmaster Roli, what is her sleep hack? She very openly and frankly said that this is something which I'm constantly struggling with. I haven't found a solution. And I have assured her that she will witness and get to know some of the words of wisdom in this meeting to be able to find the right solution. With that, let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Roli Sinha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It's a little difficult for a Sunday morning to be chosen for discussing sleep, but our Toastmaster of the day has done a fairly good job. I think we should all applaud for him. The dreams that we see in Toastmasters are not going to be achieved in our sleep alone. They will require some more effort on our behalf to improve. Is there some kind of
yes, Roli, there's some sharp
something?
sound. There's some sharp sound. Yeah.
Is it still there?
It is still there. Yeah.
Okay. Not very sure. I don't seem to be touching anything.
I think you have logged in from 2 devices. Maybe that's why it's happening.
Probably. I'm not sure. So
Just make sure that you turn off the mic of the one of the devices completely.
it is off. I can see the muted sound, but
Okay.
is it still there?
It's slightly better. Let's proceed.
Okay. Thank you. Right. So it takes effort for us to achieve our goals, our dreams, and those efforts can be channelized in the right direction when we have the right feedback for us, which requires observations from those who are concerned about our goals just as much as we are. In the Toastmasters community, the speakers are helped out by the evaluators. The speakers have had a set of objectives that they were trying to achieve. Okay, I seem to have lost connection from the other device. I'll try to get that back up, but the speakers had a set of objectives that they were trying to achieve through their speeches. And the speech evaluators were concentrating on how well the speakers did on those objectives. We try to deliver our feedback in a sandwich manner so that we don't discourage, but we try to encourage our speakers to come back to the stage and deliver an even better performance. So I call on my first speech evaluator with the suggestion that please use the CRC approach of comment, recommend, comment, and make sure that you summarize the most important points of your evaluation at the end for the speaker to derive maximum benefit. The first speech today was the icebreaker that Toastmaster Yogesh delivered, and the speech evaluator is Toastmaster Shreya Avasti. Let's welcome Toastmaster Shreya Avasti to share her observations.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Please confirm if I am audible.
Yes, you are audible. You can go ahead.
Wonderful good morning to all of you. Today, the icebreakers. I would evaluate the speech by saying I, which is interesting, and breaker B, which could have been better. And Toastmaster Yogesh, I wouldn't say it was icebreakers because it was easy for you to deliver the speech. You didn't find it hard to break this ice. It was like you just slid down smoothly. And I think you had a beautiful content. Your speech was well structured and organized. And how well did we get to know you as a person? The whole thing about an icebreakers is not just to find the courage to speak or to find your voice. It is about are you able to convey the audience who you are as a person? And I think you did your best to convey us that you are a good human being, a loving son, loyal family man. You keep your family first, your career second, and then your priorities later. And yeah, something which I had to try best to find, which could have been better. First is eye contact. I know it's difficult to connect with the audience in this virtual meeting, but if you could have just looked into the camera, it could have been better. Second, pauses. What I look for in good speakers is little bit pauses for 1 or 2 seconds, the leave for the audience to absorb what you are speaking. I think you should have given us a moment to, you had a beautiful speech, but we needed some time to digest what you spoke. And I would like to suggest that when you're talking about your negative phase or your positive phase, you can show your emotions so that we can connect with you. You could have changed your voice or voice modification. That could have added a life to the speech. Otherwise, you did a great job with excellent confidence. I didn't find you nervous at all. It was your icebreakers. And this is what we expect from you, to open up yourself in this club. I'm looking forward to listen to your further speeches. Thank you. This is from my side. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shreya. Your keen observations, I'm sure, will help our Toastmaster Yogesh in delivering better speeches in the future. Now, I would like to invite the second speech evaluator, Toastmaster Ankush Srimali, to share his observations for the second speaker, Toastmaster Ankit's speech. Toastmaster Ankush.
Thank you, Madam Evaluator. I would like to thank the speaker for choosing such an ineffable topic of sales, which also is one of the parts which I had in my MBA and post MBA in my job as well. Uh, it's a good strategy to start your speech with a quote, and the speaker did exactly the same with a quote from one of the great salesman, Shiva Kumar, about sales, and then asking a question to the audience to keep the topic engaged, and also trying to make the audience understand what the topic is about and how they can relate to the topic. The speaker also explained how he himself is a salesman with numerous short examples, and also connected it with the skill which he has as a EC role as VP membership. I like the fact that the speaker also used short examples like a guy proposing a girl or a kid insisting for an ice cream as an examples to explain how sales is ubiquitous in every aspect of our lives. Now coming to this special focus on voice modulation, which the speaker had received as a feedback from the previous speech. uh, the speaker in this speech used his voice very loud and clear, with some certain stress at times on words and uh, places where it was required. For example, the speaker said, "I am a proud seller." So the stress was appropriate. However, there is an area of improvement where the speaker has a loud voice. So, sir, at certain times, using voice in a lower tone can actually have a greater impact in certain aspects of speech. For example, in the example of kid insisting his parents to get the ice cream, a lower voice of a kid would induce more engagement in the parents idea of getting the ice cream to him. uh, Coming back to the way how the speech was structured, I feel that selling the concept of sales is was very innovative by the speaker, and how each person is a salesman or a salesperson in itself is was very thoroughly conveyed by the speaker. In To summarize, little improvement in the volume of the voice, and probably using these examples a bit more in use of his voice modulation can help the speech in better way. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankush. This is the time that we shall vote for the best speech evaluator. Please vote for Toastmaster Shreya or Ankush as per your observations, your opinion. Thank you. Right. Whenever I'm trying to sleep, My bed is very important. I have tried to keep my bed as low as possible so that I never feel that I'm too far above the ground. I think part of it is because I feel that the legs won't be strong enough to support the bed and it might just collapse. But that is not so in our Toastmasters community. In a Toastmasters meeting, we have the pillars which will support us, which will ensure that we get a good night's sleep after having a wonderful meeting. These pillars are our supplementary role players. To enchant you and enlighten you about your listening skills, I would like to invite our listener of the day, Toastmaster Avishi, in her debut role. Please welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So in order to check whether you all were awake or not, I would like to ask you some questions. First question is open to all. Akshay discussed about a story, so about a king and queen. So who was not invited to the birthday party? Please raise your hand virtually if you want to answer this. Who was not? Okay, Shreya, please answer.
The evil fairy?
Yeah, that's correct. My second question is again related to Akshay's story. He was talking about which princess. Please name the princess. Raise your hand virtually. Any other person than Shreya wants to answer this? Please name the princess.
Sanchit is raising the hand.
Okay, I'm not able to see. Okay, Sanchit. Please answer.
Was it Sleeping Beauty?
Yes, correct. And my third question is, which Toastmaster slapped his father while sleeping when he was 6 years old?
Toastmaster Anand.
Okay, correct. My question is to Ankit. What was the title for Yogesh Kumar's speech?
Sorry. Please pass on.
Can I?
Okay. My question is open to all. What was the title for Yogesh Kumar's speech?
Life in a wavy curve.
Yes, correct. And my question is to Yogesh Kumar. What was the title of Ankit's speech?
Something selling related to selling.
Okay, actually,
Selling is
I
selling
think
is
selling is
serving.
service.
Yeah, selling is service.
Selling is serving. I think they both were very busy with their preparation of speech, so they did not listen to other. So I did this. And anyone who wants to give out examples which Ankit used to prove that selling is serving, just give 2 or 3 examples.
I would like to state one.
Yes.
That kid example that he asked for the ice cream and he gives one.
Okay. Any other example?
If you are giving an interview, then you are selling yourself to interviewer.
Okay. Correct. Yeah, that's it from my side. Back to general evaluator.
Thank you, Madam Listener. You were absolutely awesome in your first role.
Thank you so
And
much.
now, yes, thank you. Interesting questions, and I'm glad that you put the speakers on the spot. It is important for us to listen to become better speakers. Now I'd like to, now I'd like to invite Toastmaster
Yeah, ma'am.
Sorry.
It's my turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Toastmaster Arun, please take the stage.
Once again, good morning to all of you. As per my report, there are 12 speakers in the today's meeting, and guest only, I think only Ankita is guest. I'm telling the name of all the speakers one by one, so attend and focus of your name. First, in filler sound, Anand has taken 4, Akshay 2, Arisi 2, Shreya 4, and Yogesh 27, and Ankur 16. And then no any other filler sound. Filler words have been taken, 5 times by Yogesh, and word repetition is taken by Akshay 2 times, it, and mysterious 2 times. And then Shreya, that could have 2 times. Yogesh has taken as a 2 times, and Ankur has taken 1 of 2 times, and I know it 2 times. And Anand has taken to means, I think it's a Hindi word, so we can translate in then, or you are more better than me. And Shreya has taken I think it's her favorite word. So I would like to request to all the speakers that you can improve more better than this. Thank you. Over to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arun. So Ruli is facing some issues on a path, so I'll be taking over for a brief period of time. So just to mention that Ankita is, although she is attending this meeting, but she is a Toastmaster, she is a member of our club, but she has not taken up the role. So just to correct on that very part, and moving forward, let me have the language evaluator. So Toastmaster Sanchit, if you can just begin with your evaluation.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand. I'm ready with my report. So, first, starting with the usage of the word of the day, 2 Toastmasters used the word of the day. First was Toastmaster Ankit, and second one was Toastmaster Ankur. So, big thumbs up to both of you. Next, coming to the incorrect usage of the grammar, there was not much profound. There was small, trivial grammatical errors that I found. First one was that usually we say that for a longer time. Instead, if we can use it for a long time, that would sound better. Second, we say giving relax to mind. Instead, we can say relaxing our mind. That would be sound better. Second, coming to the correct usage and creative words that you guys have used. First, the gist word used by Toastmaster Yogesh. Bridging the gap phrase used by Toastmaster Akshay. Channelizing word used by Toastmaster Roli. Adding live phrase used by Toastmaster Shreya. And the ubiquitous word used by Toastmaster Ankur. So yeah, that was my report. Back to you, Toastmaster Anand. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanchit. Nice to hear from you after a long time, especially just after you had attended one more meeting the previous day. But still, thanks for evaluation. Now, moving on with the timer's report, I would like to ask Toastmaster Karthik to begin with his report as the timer of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Uh, Coming to my timing report, the the meeting started well on time by me as a sergeant of at arms. I've taken 1 more minute uh, while saying the whole essay thing. Then coming to the President Anand Kumar's timing, he was well within time. Coming to introduction of all auxiliary role players well within time. And coming to prepared speeches segment, speakers, Yogesh had taken 6 minutes 24 seconds. Ankit has taken 5 minutes 3 seconds. He's just at the border level of limited time limit. And coming to the table topic speakers, Speaker Anand in table topic had taken 1 minute 53 seconds. Speaker Ankita had taken 1 minute 42 seconds. Speaker Yogesh had taken 53 seconds, which is less than 1 minute, which is minimum time in table topics. speaker Ankur had taken 1 minute 39 seconds. And the last speaker, I forgot to mention the name. They have also taken 1 minute 24 seconds. Coming to the evaluators, Shreya had taken 2 minutes 13 seconds. Evaluator Ankur had taken 3 minutes 17 seconds. Coming to the auxiliary role player, listener Avishi had taken 3 minutes 24 seconds. Our counter Arun had taken 1 minute 30 seconds, and language evaluator Sanchit had taken 1 minute 10 seconds. That's it from my report. Over to Anand.
Thank you, Anand. And thank you, Toastmaster Karthik, for sharing your timers report. We shall now vote for the best supplementary role player today. Thank you so much. So I can see that there is one person who is consistently not voting. I would request whoever that is to make sure that they vote. And for the time being, we shall move on. So our president had a very funny story to relate to the topic that our Toastmaster of the day had chosen. Sleep is one of the biggest factors where our health goes wrong, when we are not able to function to our maximum potential. And I believe that the Toastmaster of the day ticked all the boxes to bring it interesting, to make it informative. He had subtle background music playing in the beginning. He had a very nice fairy tale taking us back to the childhood. His vocal variety in the beginning was really impressive. That I really admire. In the end, he started to uh, go over the text that he had prepared and the introductions in a more matter-of-fact manner. But the vocal variety was a treat to listen to in the beginning. Please keep that up. I like the questions that he had and how he related those to the entire meeting structure. It was very well done. Obviously, a lot of thought had gone into the preparation for this. And it's something that all of us can learn, that how do we bring such an abstract topic and then relate it to a Toastmasters meeting and make sure that it is all interwoven intricately and closely so that there is no loose end. We never feel that there are two parallel things going on. One is the meeting and one is the theme. So very well done. And I applaud you for this effort, Toastmaster of the Day. The supplementary role players had prepared their intro very well. I wish that the grandfather of the time, the daddy and the mommy, had performed just like the listener did in aligning their introductions with the theme. That was the only thing that I felt could have been added. Otherwise, the introductions were very crisp and very well delivered. The reports also were quite on target, comprehensive reports. I do want to highlight one more thing about the word of the day. It is an adjective. It is not a verb. But I admire the ineffable spirit of the language evaluator for taking the role twice in the same week. I'm sure that we're going to get better and better. I already saw the improvement in the language evaluator's report. It was quite detailed, and really liked the attention that he had paid to all of the speakers who took the stage today. The listener, I feel, it did not seem that it was her first role in the Toastmasters meetings. She was confident, and the definition was comprehensive. It was aligned with the theme. It seemed that the listener role description had been studied and implemented very well. That was very well done. The first speech evaluator, Toastmaster Shreya, had a very crisp narration of project objectives. I really liked the way she delivered it. The voice was so emphatic and so clear. It was very nice to hear that. Her evaluation also, very keen observations, remarking on the structure, and I loved the interpretation that she had got. The speaker delivered certain moments or shared the certain incidents of his life, but she had interpreted it to glean that he's a good human being, he's a loving son. So it's not just that we are listening to the speech, we are also analyzing it. Very well done on that part. The focus on vocal variety to bring in the positive and negative aspects and distinguish between those aspects, that was again a very good observation. I felt that the eye contact point was mentioned, and it's a correct point. I feel that the evaluator could have extended her suggestion to prescribe how it can be done. Very often we specify what was done and what should be done, but because there is no suggestion of how it should be done, the implementation can be a little loose by the speaker later. So I'd just like to suggest to the speaker and to everybody present that if you are nicer than I am and you do switch on your video while you're speaking to the audience, please make sure that you know exactly where the camera is on your device. You can even put a post-it sticker around it, or just circle it with something so that you're always focusing your eye on that camera and never on the screen below. Our tendency is to look at the screen, whether we are trying to see how we are speaking, or when we are trying to speak to someone. So we have a tendency to speak to people's faces. So then again, our natural tendency is that the eye contact will drop to the face of the person we are speaking to, which takes away the contact from the camera. And in online meetings, the eye contact can only be maintained with the audience through that camera. So just try this tip out. Maybe it will help. The second speech, speech evaluator focused on a lot of things which were covered in the speech that the speaker delivered today, highlighted what the speaker could have done better, and also focused on the feedback that the speaker had received for the previous speech and shared his opinion on how well that was covered in this speech. I do agree that the examples that the speaker had about the kid demanding the ice cream could have been enacted out, and that would have given more room for vocal variety. I know that the speaker has the potential and can do so. The table topics master had a good set of topics, thought-provoking. Some of the topics I felt were not completely aligned with the theme, even though they are topics that we should think about in general. And this is a suggestion to the table topics master and the timer. When the timing has been covered or the timing has been matched for the session, the allocated time is what should be adhered to. Even if our agenda allows or we are progressing further than what the agenda had prescribed, we should not try to exceed that session's time limit, because maybe the Toastmaster of the day could have been saving some time from the first segment and uh, intending to have more of the time spent in the conclusion. We never know what the Toastmaster of the day has planned. So if we consume that time during the table topic segment or any other segment, then we will not leave room for the Toastmaster of the day to utilize that time, and the plans will go astray. Secondly, it's always better to have a meeting end earlier than the scheduled time than to meet just to the nose. These are, and the speech evaluators, the speakers today, and all the auxiliary role players, you have my thanks, and a special thank you to Toastmaster Anand for taking over while I was a little away from my seat. Thank you, and back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Roli, for an insightful evaluation which had a lot of takeaways. And definitely sure that everybody has a few points to act upon now. Now, before closing the meeting, enough has been said about sleep. And trust me, I'm not going to bore all of you by talking about how much important the sleep is for our mental, physical, and to an extent, our reproductive health also. I will not do that, trust me. But I will share some wisdom with you all as to how you can improve it. A simple method to do that, to improve your quality of your sleep, is by dividing the time of your entire day in 3 parts. The first being the morning. So what you need to do is wake up early in the morning. If you wake up at 11 o'clock, please don't expect a good night's sleep, and please don't expect sleep beauty. That was just a tale. Second part of the day would be the main day itself. Make sure that you work out sufficiently well, you eat healthy, and eat your dinner at least 2 hours before going to bed. A bad and a filled bowel can screw up your good night's sleep, trust me. Third part is the night. Make sure that your first love, your phone, is totally divorced with at least half an hour before going to the bed, or else the blue lights will cast a black light on your sleep. And trust me, if those 3 points are not enough, I have gotten antidotes still. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Back to the president of Tele1 Toastmaster. Thank you.
Please give a big round of applause for Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Akshay Arora. I would request everyone if you could unmute yourself or use the virtual clapping symbol to just show the appreciation. Thank you so much, everyone. And indeed, every time he comes up onto the stage, especially as the Toastmaster of the day, whenever he comes, he totally takes us in a different zone. And I even texted him when he sent me the theme that uh, because of the amount of analysis he's doing towards whole this very particular theme and on other different themes, he can even think of writing a book. So you can go forward with that action. In the meantime, so today we have got no uh, visiting Toastmasters or guests. So I would just like to take feedback from you all friends. I can see Sun Toastmaster Ankita is there. So Ankita, how did you felt it, and uh, any feedback or suggestions on your part?
Okay, so I was a little astonished when Arun mentioned that we have guest Ankita. So I was like, oh my god, this is the last thing I wanted to hear after that gap. But yeah, I'm glad you took that up to just course correct. But I can see, which way it's heading. So I would seriously like to appreciate the effort of putting this up together, and fantastic organization by Akshay as well. So, what a voice, man! Seriously. So, I hope we can contribute more to these Sunday meetings till the time the Friday meetings cannot be made up to. So, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ankita. Uh, I would, in the meantime, I would request you to please cast in your ballots for the best role player. So there are three contenders: Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Akshay; Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Santosh; and General Evaluator, Toastmaster Role Sinha. So please cast in your ballots. And timer, please let me know when 30 seconds are up.
Sure. $30 up.
Thank you so much, Karthik. So move on again. If anyone else would like to give their feedback uh, or anything which they would like to iterate over here, Toastmaster Avishi, Toastmaster Sanchit, Shreya, Ankit, anyone?
Oh, perfect.
Toastmaster Arun? Yeah, yeah, Avishi.
Yeah, I think meeting was great. When I initially heard of the theme, I did not expect it to be that interesting, but I think Akshay did justice to the role and he made it very interesting. And I loved the today's meeting, and I did not realize how the time passed. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Avishi, and the credit goes to our TMOD. Anyone else?
Yes, Anand. I have one point to make, and
Yeah.
it's a best practice which we have seen being followed by a lot of other clubs. It's always a
Mm.
good idea to have our videos turned on, despite the fact that we are actually personifying the theme, which is sleep. That's totally
Got
fine. The only reason I'm saying is because we are not meeting in person, so it's very easy for us to lose that connect
right.
one-on-one with the people. And trust me, just a name on the screen is sometimes not enough to kind of build that connection and to make ourselves feel that we are in the middle of the
Agreed.
meeting. So it's a good idea to
Agreed.
kind of turn on your video if your resources bandwidth allow for.
Yeah, sure. Totally agree with that. And that's even like it's one of the uh, necessary things. If you could do that, you should be able to do that. Then, why we don't switch on our videos and let's take a quick short group pic? Of course, I cannot do that because I will get kicked out of the meeting. But whoever can, please do that.
I can do that. I can do that. It's okay. All right.
Ankita, Ankur, Santosh, if you could switch on your videos.
Such smart faces. I wonder why don't you do this earlier? Come on. Say sleep. Sleep. Done. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akshay. So, can we have the certificates? It's ready, Toastmaster Ruli.
Yes, Toastmaster Anand, they're ready. I'm just switching the share to the other PPT. Just give me one moment. I hope you can see the certificate
Yeah, I can
now.
see the certificates. So the
So,
best table topics goes to me, which I don't know why people voted for me, but still, I will accept that. So,
yeah, so
moving on with us.
you might want to congratulate Toastmaster Ankita as well for Best Table Topic Speaker.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great. So we have got two
That's
table
that's
topics.
that's
That's
a
nice.
surprise as my first certificate as a member. Thank you.
That's nice. Congratulations, Ankita.
Thank you. Same to you.
Next, we move on to
So can
Best
we have the
Speaker.
next?
Yes.
So the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Ankit Ravindra Jain. Congratulations, Ankit.
Thank you.
And do we have
The next
another?
one is yes. Yes.
So the
I
best
hope.
auxiliary role play goes to Toastmaster Avishi Rathore, and she was doing this role for the first time, and I can totally appreciate her because she pinged me yesterday many a times to just to know the role description and all, so I can see the dedication, and that reflected today well in the meeting also. Congratulations, Avishi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Avishi,
And can we
very
have
well
the next
done.
slide?
Yes.
Yeah. And the best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Ankur. Congratulations, Ankur.
I think. Okay. And now for the best role player. Again, no surprises.
So the best role player goes to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Akshay. Congratulations, Akshay. Okay, so we are done with the certificates. So just like to say that you can take up your roles for this very meeting. So every week you will have 2 speeches only, and so just let us know whenever you need the slots well before in time because slots get booked quickly. So thank you for your time today, and we officially end the meeting, and we will see you not on the next Sunday but on the coming Friday, so in the evening from 6:30 p.m. Okay, so signing off on my end, and we officially end the